All right, so you've just set up a new team member, and as an admin, you want to assign a number pool specifically to that team member that they can use when they're making outbound calls. This is going to be a specific set of numbers that only that team member would have access to, and all callbacks to those phone numbers would be routed back to that team member. Let me show you how to do this. So in the upper right-hand portion of the page, we're going to click on our initials, and we're going to go down to Numbers under Settings. From the inventory page, we're going to click on Add Number Pool. We're going to start from scratch. The first thing we need to do is we need to give this number pool a name. If we're going to assign a number pool to a specific individual, I would recommend just naming that number pool after that individual. So in this particular case, let's say I just brought on somebody new on the team and her name is Tina. So I go ahead and name it Tina's Numbers. And for the routing strategy, I'm going to choose Team Member. Once I select team member as a routing strategy, I'll have an option to choose which team member from my team is going to be assigned to this number pool. And here I'm going to go ahead and find Tina Closer. And the last thing I need to do before I submit this is choose the rotation type. Would I like these numbers to be used randomly, or would I like these numbers to be local? Meaning it's going to look at the phone number that we're calling and choose a number that's closest to that number. In this particular case, I'm going to choose random. Let's say Tina's in charge of my Michigan territory. And because she's in charge of just a specific territory, I want to get numbers just in that area for her to use. I'm going to get her multiple phone numbers so that she can spread the volume of calls across multiple numbers. But everybody she calls should be in the Michigan area. And we all know that there are some people who move from one area to another. So they might bring their Texas cell phone number to Michigan. And so when we're calling that person, we only want to display Michigan phone numbers. And so there's no real reason for us to use the local presence feature for this specific number pool. So let's go ahead and submit this. That'll create the number pool, but there's no numbers in this pool by default. We need to get some numbers in this pool. So over on the right-hand side, I'm going to click on the three dots for this specific number pool, and I'm going to choose Purchase Numbers. Now remember, for our specific example, Tina's in charge of our Michigan territory. So I just need to get some numbers in the Michigan area. So I'm going to choose Michigan. Now I'm personally not super familiar with the Michigan area codes, but I'm just going to go ahead and choose one here. Let's say 586. That one seems fun. But because I'm setting this up in a territory-specific manner, maybe I only want one area code, but I want multiple numbers. So over here on the right-hand side where I see my summary, I'll see the option to increase the quantity of numbers I purchase in this area code. So let's say I want to spread all of her calls across 3 different phone numbers. So I'm going to set that to 3, and I'm going to place my order. It may take a moment, but once those numbers are purchased, they'll be assigned to that number pool. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh. And it looks like one of the numbers is here already. Let's go ahead and refresh again. And now I have all 3 phone numbers. And because this number pool is assigned only to Tina, she's the only one who'll see that when she goes to start a dial session. So if I go to my team section and I go to Tina's account and log in as Tina, when she selects records to begin a dial session, when it comes to the caller ID option, she'll be able to choose Tina's numbers as a number pool. Now, of course, she has access to other number pools as well, and she'll be able to choose her number pool to begin her dial session. And now the system will just rotate through her 3 phone numbers when she's making calls. And that's it. That's how easy it is for you to create a number pool that is specific to an individual agent. Thanks for taking a moment to watch this video, and happy dialing.